Can you believe it? Happy Lonely Friday, everybody. We are back. We weren't here for Good Friday, but this Friday, this isn't Good Friday. Wait, Good Friday? Black Friday. Black Friday, but Black Friday was a Good Friday. This Friday, this is a Lonely Friday. And every Lonely Friday night, you get us here at Sam Roberts Now. And when I say us, I don't mean in the royal sense. I'm not talking about the royal we. I'm talking about the literal we. Who? Don't pretend you don't know who. Your man, Hot Dog.
You all know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here.
That's right. You want a war?
Maybe you do.
You want a war, Chico? I love that. Razor Ramon comes in with a vest and a curl, still doing a Cuban accent, going, "We did not mean to confuse you and think this was Razor Ramon. No, this is a different character. This is totally, we are not stealing your IP. That I can tell you. Here's my friend Big Daddy Cool. He's not Diesel. He's not Diesel. No. Don't worry about that.
You got to send me over. You got to be the Vince McMahon that sends me over to like a Rosenberg and Michelle's podcast and interrupts or something.
Yeah. I find out Michelle Beatles Zoom and you just Hot Dog screen pops in. I love it. I love the idea of NWOing every different podcast I can find. Anybody that can find me podcast Zoom links, I'll send Hot Dog to all of them. Hey, yo. What is he doing here? Larry Zabisco's, I don't know. Well, you know, Hot Dog, I'm glad that we could find some joy in this whole thing, because this isn't the easiest Friday night. By the way, of course, if you're watching for the first time, every super chat will be read. You want to contribute to the show, we are live. Every super chat gets read on Sam Roberts Now, but it's not the easiest Friday for a lot of people. Because, Hot Dog, I know you've been napping, so you may not be abreast of all the information that has been
for a couple of weeks, ever since Black Friday.
Yes, that has been traveling. But Hot Dog, I think this is his official government photo. George, yes, George Santos has been expelled. He is no longer a member of the House of Representatives. He is no longer representing his district in New York. And I didn't read anything. I assume it was... See, I think they were trying to get him on a dress code thing because he kept showing up looking like this. But what he said was that if Fetterman can wear what he wears, then I can wear what I want to wear. And they said, yeah, flawless logic, to tell you the truth. What are we going to tell you?
It's an expression.
It's an expression. Well, the House of Representatives today, this is a little history lesson to you, Hot Dog.
Faction.
They voted to expel George Santos. I mean, this is like when Randy Orton was thrown out of Evolution. This is a big...
I was literally going to make that reference. I was going to make that.
Big deal. Big deal. And I'll tell you why it's a big deal. Do you know, in the history of Congress, how many congressmen have been expelled?
As a historian myself, I want to say 0.
No. There have been. In the history, 5 congressmen before George Santos were expelled. 5. However, he's the first person, and I love this quote. I was watching this news broadcast, and they said this without laughing, which did earn my respect that they could get this out. The first time that a congressman has been expelled without being either a convicted felon or member of the Confederacy.
That was going to be my second guess. I was going to guess that the other 5 were Confederates.
There were some Confederates / convicted felons and George Santos. So the people who have been expelled from Congress officially are Confederates who fought for the Confederacy in the Civil War against us, or convicted felons, or the gentleman from New York, Representative George Santos.
Or cross-dressers.
Yeah. Now, I don't know. First of all, he said he's just having fun here. I thought he's having fun. Like, big deal. He's at a parade. I mean, that's not what he's saying.
Oh, yeah. George Santos just loves to have fun.
Yeah. That's all. Look at this. This is history. This is history. Keep in mind, not a convicted felon or a member of the Confederacy.
The yeas are 311. The nays are...
By the way, the fact that it was 311, I mean, that's pretty badass. They need 2/3 to expel him from Congress. They got significantly more than 2/3.
114, with 2 recorded as present. 2/3 voting in the affirmative, the resolution is adopted, and a motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
Which they will not be reconsidering.
But, like, who were the people who didn't vote for...
Well, Republicans. So it said all the Democrats except for one. And I don't know who the one was. This is just a,
I want to know that
who was it? Who was that?
Yeah.
Wait. I thought nay meant yes. What? I saw the Y. Oh. They said all the Democrats except one, and then 100 and something Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
All vote.
Bipartisan.
Usually it was a bipartisan kick out. Now, number one, usually people in Congress stick up for each other regardless. Like I said, you have to keep in mind that as of today, George Santos is not a convicted felon or a member of the Confederate Army. So it's kind of unheard of, especially because I guess the Republicans have a majority, but it's a slim majority. So you would think they'd want to hold on to as many votes as humanly possible, but not. I mean, this goes to show you there are some things more important than keeping those votes, because they're going to throw this back into a special election now in the New York district. The governor of New York is going to be responsible for holding a special election.
Whoever the hell that is.
That's.
I feel like as soon as we lost one of the brothers, we just been like,
it's some Cuomo still, right? It's still a Cuomo, isn't it? Yes, Hochul Cuomo is the governor. But yes, so there's absolutely no guarantee that they'll get another Republican in there. So they were like, look, we might not get another Republican. We don't know, but we don't want you.
It's just embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
Like, it's just dragging. I mean, as much as Congress is a clown show these days, having an actual clown in there that...
This isn't clown makeup. This is regular woman's makeup. This isn't clown. Yeah, listen.
The foundation's a little white.
I mean, yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
The clerk will notify the governor of the state of New York of the action of the House.
I think she's going to find out. You don't need to worry about it. The clerk... Nobody told her? The governor didn't know? The clerk, what? It was Clerk Hot Dog. He decided to take a nap because he figured she would just find out on Twitter.
Don't answer the phone, he would say.
Yeah. George Santos is running out, trying to make sure that he starts deleting her phone messages before she can check.
Under Clause 5D of Rule 20, the chair announces to the House that in light of the expulsion of the gentleman from New York, Mr. Santos, the whole number of the House is now 434.
One less person. You don't work here. And we would like to wish the gentleman from New York the best in his future endeavors.
He, by the way, Mr. House Speaker over here did not want to expel him. I think I saw a press conference 2 days ago. They were talking about they're trying to kick Biden out, so they're the impeachment or whatever, and they were like, we're going to leave it to the voters, and hopefully, but look at that, 2 days later.
He's gone. Oh, yeah, he's not here anymore. You're looking for George Santos, you won't find him here. He's out of here.
It would have been ridiculous to leave it to the voters when the voters were the ones who were lied to in the first place.
Well, it's not just a moral thing, right? Even though he's not a convicted felon
or a Confederate,
and he's not a member of the Confederate Army, and he is not facing charges of being a member of the Confederate Army, but he is facing some other charges, specifically wire fraud, money laundering, and identity theft, which he has pled not guilty on. And I can't picture this guy lying. You know,
see, how many felony counts does he have? He has
This is him. This is him right now listening to Hot Dog read his felony charges. That's his face.
Let's see.
Oh,
Count.
George? Oh, no, George gone.
Oh, my God. It's 23 count
Well,
indictment.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I was reading an article. I wish I remember where this article was from. I apologize. They'll be all right. They did make a list of the lies of George Santos because I think the real problem, the last one, right, the smoking gun that they got him on were, I think they're accusing him of embezzling campaign funds, and I get it. I feel like I would think what he thought, that when people donate to your campaign, you could just, that's your money now. That's.
I'm looking at the list too.
Oh yeah. Don't worry about it. We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't you worry. We will get there. But I would probably say, look, you want me to run for office? I gotta be happy, right? I'm using your campaign funds. It's a morale boost. It's on the list of lies, published by maybe I don't know. What they're getting him on, a congressional ethics committee said that $50,000 in campaign funds that George Santos had were used to pay for Botox treatments, pay down personal credit card bills and other debt. He made a $4,127.80. Oh, they got the receipts. Purchase at Hermes. By the way, if you're only spending $4,000 at Hermes, you got like what'd you say? Hermes. My wife is in the other room going, it was very boring until you started talking about the designers. Very boring show. But then I heard Hermes. What can $4,000 get you at Hermes? She said, not a lot. Not a lot.
Those walls are a thing.
Yeah. And then also some small purchases at Sephora and OnlyFans.
He doesn't know what OnlyFans is, though.
Well, he did later come out on television and say that he didn't know what it was. In fact, we have all these lies here. We also have his explanations for them. George Santos told the Fox Business Network, I'll indulge you this. I just discovered what OnlyFans was 3 weeks ago when it was brought up in a discussion in my office. I was oblivious to the whole concept. So he's the only person, the only human being on earth that got through the entire pandemic and had never found out about OnlyFans. Didn't even hear about it. He just found out within the last couple of weeks.
Very funny of it. The receipt said, it backed him up. Like the receipts were like from 2 days ago.
Yeah, no. He just spent it. Like,
I just found out what it was.
Oh my God, this sounds like a great product. I gotta investigate. Yeah, that's why it was small purchases, because he barely even had a chance to.
He has all this fun money left over.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, look, Botox and Sephora, extremely believable.
Yeah.
Hermes, extremely believable. The idea that he would have significant personal credit card debt and other debt, I mean, generally speaking, liars don't pay their bills either, because they'll lie to the bill collectors instead of paying them. So I'm going to say, in my own personal opinion, look, they have the amount. How would they know exactly $4,127.80 at Hermes, but then get OnlyFans wrong? I'm going to tell you something. This is going to be controversial. I believe every charge. I believe that is exactly where the $50,000 is.
But it says for loans that he had.
Yeah, it's
those for loans he did not make. So he lied about the loans, so he didn't have any debt.
Wow, he said he had personal credit card bills.
Okay. Well, that's different than loan. Yeah, it says in FEC reports, Santos said that during the 2020 and 2022 election, he made personal loans to his campaign committee.
That's it.
Yes.
So you make So if you make
$800,000.
right, so if you make personal loans to your campaign, then you can take your campaign funds and pay you back. You know, I gotta get mine back.
It's a simple accounting error.
That's all it is. It's
That's
a decimal point issue. Well,
Yeah.
in case you're wondering if he has ever lied before, and I really hate to say goodbye to this guy. I mean, I think George Santos being in public life has been a great thing for all of us. I like seeing him in Congress. I like seeing like nobody want to hang out with him. I like when they shake his hand, they don't make eye contact with him. I loved when they would do like the State of the Union address and he would have to sit by himself. I love all that. I think it's real fun to watch. State of the Union, I mean, especially with Joe Biden, is not an entertaining watch. But if they pan out to the audience and you see George Santos, he's got an empty chair on either side and everybody else is crammed in, that's as good television as you're ever going to find.
It was a bipartisan
Yeah.
bringing together.
What
thing.
could possibly, in an era where things are more separated than ever, there is more divisiveness than at any point in history, what could possibly bring everyone together? Get that guy out of here. That guy's giving me the creeps.
Yeah, or Democrats have to step up. They have to bring someone equally as unifying for the country. I feel
In
like.
a negative way.
In a negative way.
It's
yes.
never going to be positive. You're never going to find the guy that everybody likes, but you'll find the guy that everybody hates. That's very
Right.
possible. This is what he had said in the past. He said he graduated from Baruch College. Santos, the son of Brazilian immigrants and the first openly gay Republican to win a House seat as a non-incumbent, described himself as a New York public college graduate at Baruch. I think that
Baruch.
Baruch. Is it, you pronounce it Baruch? Okay.
Mhm.
At Baruch. The college, however, found no record of Santos as a student. Santos' response, in an interview with the New York Post, after the allegations, Santos confessed he had not graduated from any institution of higher learning and had used, quote, a poor choice of words.
Yeah, sometimes you put one word in front of the other, and it
He
just
didn't-
accidentally changes the context of things.
So you're saying he said he did graduate from Baruch College, but he
forgot to add not.
right. It didn't
But
even
it's
go.
one word.
But he didn't even go.
Right.
Like, why would you mention that you did not graduate? You don't have to make a list of colleges you did not graduate from. That would be such a long list for anybody. Everybody I know, even the most educated people, have, I mean, hundreds of colleges that they did not graduate from. Maybe thousands.
He was gonna get to the other ones, but he slipped up and forgot one word.
Okay, well then how about this one? He claimed he became a seasoned Wall Street financier and investor, kind of like Six Crow, holding jobs at Citigroup and Goldman Sachs. Citigroup and Goldman Sachs said they had no record of Santos ever working there. In his response, he told the New York Post that he had never worked directly for Goldman Sachs or Citigroup.
Now, what did he call himself again? What was the title?
I think he was like not an independent contractor, but yeah, it's those people who come in and just kind of help you out, answer questions and stuff like that. I think a consultant. I think is.
I was a financial consultant expert at one point when I had Dogecoin last year, and I do have an account with Citigroup, and at that point, the two things could maybe be conflated and misconstrued. Maybe, I don't know.
Here's what you don't understand: both Citigroup and Goldman Sachs paid me in cash, under the table, my friend. How about this one? His family escaped Nazis, is what he said.
All right, well, that's a tough one. There.
Right? Okay. Santos's campaign website said that his mother was Jewish and his grandparents escaped the Nazis during the Second World War. His response, he later clarified that he is clearly Catholic, but claimed his grandmother told stories about being Jewish and later converting to Catholicism. So he's saying his grandmother, if anyone's a liar, it's his grandmother.
Lying bitch.
And this is, of course, the greatest quote maybe anybody's ever given. This is, Gorbachev, tear down that wall. This is, ask not what your country can do for you. This is mission accomplished, right? This is one of the great quotes. He said, I never claimed to be Jewish. Santos said, I am Catholic because I learned my maternal family had a Jewish background. I said I was Jew-ish.
If Anthony Anderson can claim to be Black-ish, feel...
Okay, you're getting confused. That is a fictional television show titled Blackish. Anthony Anderson, the man, has never said, I'm Blackish. That's not you can't get your information from the TV guide.
Oh, I just thought maybe that's what he saw. And he was like, okay, yeah, I'm Jewish too.
Okay, don't forget, we had a lot of fun with this one, I believe, here on this show. Remember when they found out that there was a little bit of iffiness with his Wikipedia and that maybe he was editing it as Anthony DeVolder?
Right.
Remember when we broke that down? So this one, his Wikipedia biography said he landed roles on Disney Channel shows such as Hannah Montana. Politico noted that if Santos's Wikipedia entry, which contained the Hannah Montana claim, was not written by Santos, who was then posing as Anthony DeVolder, it would mean it was written by someone posing as Santos. And on this one, Santos refused to respond. He decided not to comment. No comment.
Sometimes no comment's the best comment.
Okay, well, how about this one? His mother was at the World Trade Center on 9/11.
That's an easy one to refute.
Wow. Yeah, especially since people have literally gotten busted for this exact thing. He said that his mother, Fatima DeVolder, had been in the World Trade Center on September 11th. His response was that he told the One America News Network that toxic dust that permeated throughout Manhattan and my mother being present in downtown Manhattan led to her death in 2016. If you remember, this was the one that he said he lost his mother because of 9/11.
Right.
And it was really because she had just been somewhere in New York in September of 2001.
Wouldn't it be great if this was like we find out this was like a weird art performance kind of thing?
It would be. I mean, if we find out this is Nathan Fielder, I'm going to lose my mind. It's going to be so. Right. This is either Nathan Fielder or Sacha Baron Cohen, and this could be a disguise. Have you seen the way his belly looks in a sweater vest? That could be a fat suit under there.
I mean, there's the only reason that you could stack up all these lies, probably is a complete psychopath, but I was going to say not be a complete psychopath and think you can get away with this is if you're like, I'm just going to run up to score and see how far this takes me because I find this funny. And
that's right.
I don't know.
This is the last one. He initially denied being a drag queen. His name. I'm sorry. He initially denied being drag queen Kitara Ravache.
Seen here.
At the Rio Carnival in 2008. Now, this is an unmistakable. This is as bad a disguise as I've ever seen. He later finally did admit, I had fun at a festival. Sue me for having a life. The problem isn't that he had a life. The problem is that he completely lied about that life. And then came back to say, you've met, I'm sure, liars like that they're lying about doing something. And then when you finally corner them, they make it seem like you're mad at them for doing the thing. When you're mad at them for lying about doing the thing. It's a totally different deal.
Yeah. And they're not going to change.
No.
It's just, I got family members like that.
Right. And you're just like, okay, all right, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted by the whole thing. While we're documenting history, his final Twix as a member of the House of Representatives was this. He is standing next to a sign in a very tight suit. And the sign says there are two genders, male and female, trust the science. Unfortunately for him, The sign is a white sign that is very easily editable.
Oh, no.
I mean, as a matter of fact, Hot Dog, why don't you go check the last Twix that was released in the Not Sam account and tell me what is going on under Not Sam.
Let's see.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
Sam.
Okay.
All right. Oh, nice.
And what do you
a
see?
cheap plug.
Well, yeah, what's there? What
Sam Roberts now live on youtube.com/notsam.
is George Santos giving us a plug?
Good for him.
That's-
On his last moment as a congressman,
Oh, yeah.
giving us the big rub.
Don't
Putting
worry.
us over.
Don't worry, Hot Dog. This isn't a photo. This is actually a poorly framed video.
Hey, boys and girls, trust the science. 2 genders.
Okay.
That's his final contribution as a member of the House of Representatives.
Knocked it out the park.
Trust the science. 2 genders.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What
Is that what you're really worried about, dude?
Did he just see the sign and was like, maybe if I do the gender thing, the Republicans won't throw me out of Congress? You know that's what this is. He was just like, maybe if I do, like, because also saying trust the science, it's like kind of the COVID thing and then also the gender thing. And he's like, maybe if I say this, they'll leave me in the House.
And
And
they
then
were going to vote against them. And then he said, trust the science, 2 genders. And they went,
that's a twofer right there. That George,
Okay.
we gotta keep
point.
him around. Oh, I will remember George Santos.
I will
Yeah.
remember you.
It's a real shame. It's a real shame. I appreciate all you guys hanging out with us as we mourn this. Don't forget Super Chat in. I see your Super Chats coming in. We will address all of those Super Chats by the end of tonight's show. But there is more to discuss. This is a very serious matter, Hot Dog. This is
yeah, it feels like this was an eternity ago.
this is very, very serious. We're in a lot of trouble with the Scream franchise. A lot of trouble. Hot Dog, you know how much I love the Scream franchise.
We've talked about it almost once a month.
Do you want me to break down the lore?
No, it's okay. We can skip that.
All right.
We can skip that one for now.
Here's the problem. And you knew we were going to cover this. Scream is on a streak that no horror franchise has ever been on. 7 movies, and all of them at least good, right? Even a bad Scream movie is not hideous.
Bad. Just it not being bad in a horror franchise. 6
Unheard
movies
of.
in.
Unheard of. Unheard of. Every horror franchise besides Scream, at some point, I'm just there because of loyalty. And I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. I will explain to you why all 10 Saw movies are completely necessary. But we may be going into some dark waters. I don't know. Because here's what's happened, right? So, of course, Scream 1 through 3 are the originals. Scream 4 comes out several years later. And then several years after that are the new Screams. Scream 5 and Scream 6. These are the last 2 Screams that came out. Incredibly successful in theaters, but continued on the story. They introduced new characters using the lore of the previous 4 movies. So it's all one continuous story, and it makes sense that it is told over whatever. I think the first one came out in 96, so, 25 years, I don't know.
1996, yes.
Yeah. So, almost 30 years. Yeah, 30 years. Yeah. So, we've lost some cast members, and they're key cast members. Scream evolved to the point where you had these 2 sisters, Sam and Tara Carpenter. Sam, I believe, we find out is the daughter of Billy Loomis, who is the killer in the first Scream movie. This is your connective tissue. We find this out in Scream 5. That's your connective tissue and allows you to go on a journey with this new cast that is necessary to continue on this franchise, right? Sam's sister, Tara Carpenter, is played by Jenna Ortega. Now, who would have thunk it? Scream 5 comes out. Jenna Ortega becomes an absolute it girl. So she's the biggest star by a mile in these Scream movies. 10 days ago, Melissa Barrera, who plays Tara, who's the older of the two sisters, not as famous as Jenna Ortega, but in the movie, she's the new final girl. She's the new main character. She's the person that you're following. And she has this incredible story where, I mean, it's like a wrestling storyline. You're watching it build because she's fighting Ghostface, but at the same time, you can see that in her core, at some point, she's got to become Ghostface. Like, this whole thing is happening, and it's got you hooked so that you're watching movie after movie. Now, I'm already coming out of Scream 6 a little questionable because the same people, the writer-directors of Scream 5, also were the writer-directors of Scream 6. They said they were not coming back for Scream 7. So already it's like, this is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Scream 6 is the one that we lost Neve Campbell for. They were cheaped her out. They said, we ain't giving you your money that you want. She's like, well, I can't just do it for peanuts. They're like, well, then you can't do it, Neve. So we had no Sidney Prescott. A lot of people said Scream 6 isn't going to work without Sidney Prescott. Somehow they made it work. However, now, Tara Carpenter, the lead, the protagonist, the most important role in the whole franchise, is sending out Instagram stories about Palestine, in support of Palestine, and they go, this is too controversial. She's fired from the movie. And everybody's like, huh? Yeah? Okay.
It was a very, like, that's it. It's
yes.
just like, you're gone.
Suspiciously so.
Yeah.
And then, a couple of days after that, Jenna Ortega announces that she's not going to be part of Scream 7. She's just leaving. And at first I go, that must be in support of the actress who plays her sister in the movie.
Right.
Or she just goes, this movie doesn't work if my character doesn't have her older sister. This is getting weird. I don't want to be a part of it. But the official explanation, very dramatic, the official explanation is she's just busy. She's shooting the second season of Wednesday. That's all that is. That's just busy.
Mm.
Now, from my research, I've found that those two actresses, they signed a 2-movie deal, which means Scream 7 would require a new deal. Scream 5 and 6, extremely popular, made a ton of money. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Jenna Ortega, a big star. What do you think these two talented actresses asked for Scream 7?
Money.
A lot of money. What happened when Neve Campbell, Sidney Prescott, the essential part of the entire Scream franchise from Part 1, 96, what happened when she asked for money?
Get out of here.
Go talk to George Santos in the back. We don't want you here. I'm very, very suspicious of what they're doing with my Scream franchise. And I'm concerned. I feel like this studio might think that they got the Scream fans hook, line, and sinker regardless. Whatever we put out, they're going to go see. So why would we spend a bunch of money on these actresses when they're going to go see it? It doesn't matter. An article in Variety, the trade Variety. Have you heard about that trade? Yeah. An article comes out where they go, they're looking into, I don't even want to say it.
Say it.
Rebooting the entire franchise. No.
Okay.
Not.
That has to hurt your soul,
It
Sam.
kills me. Like you finally figured out a way to compellingly tell this story through 7 movies over 30 years. Reboot the entire franchise? You make me
finish the story.
You make me wanna puke. Because I'm sitting there. I mean, look, I'm sitting there going, you got to get whatever these two want financially, just give it to them. This is the whole story. The only other thing I could think of, right? Because Neve Campbell was at a Monster Mania convention, and they asked her about Scream 6. And she was like, actually, I thought it was pretty good. I have no ill will towards those movies. And I said, oh, and this was before the two girls were gone from the film, by the way. She's not, but I still said maybe she's politicking a little bit. Maybe she's letting them know, you didn't offer me enough money for Scream 6, but I didn't change my number either. You know what I'm saying?
Still available.
Right. So the only way I could see saving this, and it's a huge risk, is you turn what was a perceived negative into a positive. There is a version of this where you go, okay, Neve Campbell was not in Scream 6. She wasn't even mentioned. Like, there was no, here's the explanation. We don't know what she was doing. The only way I could see squeezing one more movie out of this story is if they make it take place at the same time. What if there was another Ghostface hunting Sidney Prescott at another location while these girls were in New York?
But wouldn't it still need a resolution though? With the sixth story, like wouldn't the sixth storyline still isn't that still going somewhere that needs a?
It doesn't necessarily need it. Every Scream movie is a different villain, right? So Ghostface doesn't survive Scream 6. You just see that there's more story to tell. They could just say, yeah, at the end of Scream 6, they killed those Ghostfaces, and no Ghostface ever came back ever again. And you're like, oh, all right. Like, you could theoretically go, what happened after Scream 6? Huh? They lived happily ever after. Oh.
All right.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's that. So you can live in a world where they lived happily ever after. It really doesn't make any sense, and it's the least compelling way to go out. Like, I'm sitting there going like, yeah, we got 2 more movies where by the end you've turned Ghostface babyface, and you're now watching the movie from the perspective of the new Ghostface, and then you're taking it in a whole different direction. And I'm going crazy with my fantasy booking of Scream until this happens. I realize they don't want to pay anybody. So, yeah, I mean, look, it would be tough because they killed Dewey, and Courtney Cox was in this movie. Nobody who's in Scream 6 could be in the next Scream movie. Nobody, because it would have to be taking place at the same time in order for it to make sense at all, which means no Hayden Panettiere, none of the new people, nobody. However, there is one Scream alumni who was not in Scream 6 that could be in a Scream 7 that takes place in a different location at the same time as Scream 6. You know who it is?
Neve.
No. Of course, other than Neve Campbell.
No.
The world's sexiest man, Patrick Dempsey. Patrick Dempsey is part of this. He was in Scream 3.
Oh.
And he ends up as a good guy at the end of Scream 3. He survived Scream 3. And I think he ends up married to Neve Campbell. So he's the sexiest man there is right now. So we could, he's as sexy as it gets, Hot Dog. So we could do a movie centered around, I mean, it's a little, I don't know where you, it's probably a movie for the 40 plus demo,
Yeah, the rough lead.
But don't forget, Halloween. By the way, maybe Neve Campbell had kids. We didn't meet him in Scream 5. Maybe she had kids. We just didn't know. And don't forget, except I think she did have kids in Halloween 5 and they were in strollers, so that doesn't work. But don't forget, when Halloween was rebooted-ish and Jamie Lee Curtis came back, that movie was dope as hell. The first Halloween of the new trilogy, the other two are stinkers, but the first Halloween of the new trilogy, where it's just old Jamie Lee Curtis versus Michael Myers, that was fucking awesome. You could do that.
It just looks like there's so much to overcome here.
I mean, there's so much to overcome, Hot Dog. And they don't have Neve Campbell or the sexiest man in the world, Patrick Dempsey.
What are they like? What are they short on cash? Like
And
what?
Patrick Dempsey is already attached to Thanksgiving, the Eli Roth slasher, which as I think we talked about it. I loved it.
Right.
Announced, by the way, they are getting a sequel. Thanksgiving 2 is coming. So that's
Do you think that movie's why he got Sexiest Man Alive in 2023?
it's 1,000% a promotional device for that film. It's why Patrick Dempsey purchased Sexiest Man Alive from People magazine. Yes, I do think that. 1,000%. The Sexiest Man Alive award was purchased because they wanted to promote that movie. Yes, that's what I think.
Lord. Yeah.
But regardless, he's the sexiest man in the world. So if he's the sexiest man in the world and he's a horror icon from Thanksgiving, if you're hell bent on not having your leads, and one of the most beloved actresses in the world, everyone loves Jenna Ortega. If you're just like
a whole new generation of,
I know.
Man, like, how can you fumble? That's such a fumble.
Do you know what my 4-year-old daughter was for Halloween this year?
Wednesday?
Yes.
It's adorable.
Wednesday Addams. They made
adorable.
I got her a toddler-sized Wednesday Addams wig. And she did an impression, and she even went like this. I mean, she did the whole deal.
I can see that.
Yeah. She did the whole deal. Next time you come,
Jenna stan?
She loves her. She stands her so hard.
They fumble that because of what? A couple dollars here and there.
And like, why do they always have to do this? They always have to go, all right, we made the good ones. We made our money. Let's go in for one more cash grab and make a real piece of shit. Like, it's just not cool.
Lower the expenses as much as we can and just get that extra 4% profit.
It's just not cool, man. It's just not cool.
I mean, I'm with you at these
so
hard, difficult times for you.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I mean, at least we got Thanksgiving 2 coming, which I'm very excited about. And this announcement is made. This is good news. We got the announcement that at some point we would have a teaser. Now we've got the teaser for the teaser. We've got the official date. This Tuesday in Texas, December 5th.
Pay-per-view?
9 a.m. Eastern. Oh, so we'll be doing Jim and Sam. And I'll go, Jim, no time. We will have live coverage of this on Jim and Sam.
Have to. I mean, come on.
We haven't spoken to Jim about this yet, but guaranteed. 9 a.m. Eastern, Tuesday, December 5th. Topics cease, and we go right to the trailer. Trailer number 1, Tuesday, December 5th, 9 a.m. Eastern. And look what we've got, Hot Dog. This is from the official Rockstar Twitter. What do we see here?
It looks like it could be Miami.
We're getting a Vice City. I mean, we've got Columbia's got to be in this game. It's got to go Miami, Columbia.
Columbia?
100%. There's got to be multiple locations. I think we're getting Miami and we're getting Columbia. Where does the cocaine come from? Miami has the cocaine.
Columbia.
Okay. I'm thinking 80s. Are we thinking 80s?
No, just because of like the leaks that came out.
Go ahead.
It didn't look like it was 80s. The footage, I'm sure you saw it a couple years ago. It looks like it was kind of modern day.
Okay, so we're thinking modern day, Miami, possibly also Columbia.
I don't know where you get Columbia from, but I would not be against that. That would be pretty
sick.
Fucking dope.
I feel like Narcos got so big that they're going to want to cash in on that, no?
Oh, man, a Narcos style.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what occurs to me. Evan just goes, LOL, Vice City remastered. I hope it's more than Vice City.
They didn't say.
Remastered.
They haven't said.
Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if it was like Vice City, but it's out for Switch now?
Trailer 1's coming out this Tuesday.
Troll. Now, here's what people are concerned about, though. Trailer 1 comes out on Tuesday. What do we do if Trailer 1 comes out and it says coming in 2030. GTA 6.
No, I feel like if they're gonna show a trailer, and it's a
All right,
huge,
hang
like,
on,
what
hang
other
on, hang on.
games-
Don't say a word.
Uh-huh.
You've made a lot of wagers.
Oh, no.
Grand Theft Auto before Hot Dog.
No, this is a off the record wager. Well, it's not even a wager. I
It's
just feel like
Gentleman's bet?
a gentleman's bet.
Okay.
I just feel like for them to finally make a big.
Are those
to-do
Jeff Hardy
about a
gloves? Are you wearing
trailer-
Jeff Hardy gloves?
This is for my wrists because I don't have much movement. Yes.
Are you
Jeff Hardy.
eventually going to save your brother from a beatdown?
But first, I got to get my shit in.
Yeah, of course you do. Okay, what do we? I'm sorry to interrupt you. What are we thinking?
For them to make a big to do about the trailer finally dropping and all this stuff, they have to know that. I feel like they can't just tell us, "Hey, it's coming in 2 years." This has to be like Spider-Man. Spider-Man, they announced it in March and it was out in September. Yeah, I think hopefully it's one of these situations where like we're ready, we're done. It's coming in 6 months. You guys are gonna have it in May.
You
Well,
think
that
it'll be
kind of thing.
a summer release?
Something like
I believe 1 year.
that's possible.
I believe this is once in a lifetime. 1 year. I believe that this is. I would think. Christmas release.
I'm gonna go. You're gonna go.
I'm gonna go
Winter.
Christmas 2024, because think about it. I mean, I think the idea is, will this be This will be cross console, right? Like this
I
will
would
be
assume, yeah.
Xbox, because the idea is that, I mean, there are people who will buy new video game systems who have not bought a PS5 or an Xbox, whatever they're called now, and will buy a console just to play GTA 6. I believe.
Yeah, it's a console pusher. For
Just in
sure.
case says, I haven't played a console game in 7 years. I believe that he will want to play this console game. That's the whole idea, right? I mean, GTA 5 was that for PS3.
Ugh, Lord.
Yeah, I think I think.
Let's see. I'm gonna look at the last.
How
big
about
game.
this? How about this? I believe it will be out in October, late October 2025, because 2024, 2025. Can you imagine? I believe this is my final prediction. Late October 2024, because
Okay.
that way it's not a full year and you can stretch it out into the holiday season, right?
As long as it's not a full year.
Right. I believe October 2024. And maybe they won't say it. Maybe they'll say third quarter. Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe it'll just say October 2024. But I think October. I think October is what we're looking at.
All right. So I was looking at. I mean, I hope it's not like this, but I was looking at the last big game that they dropped, which was Red Dead Redemption.
Okay.
And I was looking at when it was first announced.
Okay.
It says Rockstar's first tease, Red Dead Redemption, October 2016. And then the game came out October 2018.
It
I
can't
hope
be. It
that's
can't be
not-
2 years. It can't be 2 years.
Yeah, that'd be rough.
It can't be 2 years.
They have to be ready. Yeah, how much time do you need?
October.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I'm gonna go summer. I'm gonna go.
Okay, so you're taking
You know
the.
what? I'm not gonna go too far from you. I'm gonna go August.
Okay, you'll take the under.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll take the under on October. Okay. I can't wait. Just in case you wants to know if I'll do a gameplay stream. Everybody's been asking that about. I play so much Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's my.
Just turn on. Just set it up.
I'm not set up for a Twitch stream.
What do you need for a Twitch stream?
I mean, I gotta have production value. I can't just be on my couch.
I mean, you could. You got the picture in picture. which
That would
I
be
know, I got you, dog.
insane if I was sitting there on my couch next to a full-fledged studio streaming on Twitch. It'd be nuts.
Well, you could like
I'd have to plug the PS5 into this TV here, into the hot dog TV.
right.
But then, like, when I just want to play PS5, would I have to come and do it in the studio?
Yes. You say that like it's you're driving somewhere to play your
I'm trying
game.
to chill. You know what I mean? I'm trying to chill.
How about this? One for you, one for us. You could have one session where you're just chilling,
Mhm.
and one session where you stream it.
You want to see it, huh?
You got to get the people what they want.
All right. If there's, I mean, you know me. If there's enough demand, I'm not going to be able to say no.
Yeah.
I mean, if I get 2 people going, are you doing Sam Roberts Now tonight? I go, hot dog, we got to get on. We got to get on. They need it. The people need their fix. All right, guys. Super chat in. Every super chat here on Sam Roberts Now gets read. Every single super chat. If you'd like to contribute to tonight's show, if there's something that we haven't addressed, if you'd like us to talk about, so whatever it is, we'll opine. Just super chat it in, and every super chat will get acknowledged here on Sam Roberts Now. Don't forget to go over to youtube.com/@satisfyingpod and check out the newest Satisfying podcast. Speaking of politicians like George Santos, I don't know if you've seen this week's episode of Satisfying yet.
I love her Mitch McConnell
Mitch
impression so
Nicole's Mitch McConnell impression is on a different level. When she goes cross-eyed and just starts to tip over.
That's my favorite thing of Nicole ever.
It's so good. It's so good. Go check it out after tonight's show over at youtube.com/@satisfyingpod. Yeah, it's the podcast that Nicole Biggins and myself do every single Thursday, by the way. So subscribe to that channel and tune into that podcast exclusively on YouTube every single week. Let's get into these super chats. Six Crow can put on his resume that he has worked in financing, because he's single-handedly financing Sam Roberts Now, and I appreciate it.
Executive producer.
That's right. Mopar fan, is that baby 100% yours for sure? It has not been tested. However, I don't think anybody else has been in here screwing up my life. So, so I think I'm quite sure. I'm quite
We'll know
sure.
when we see the hair.
We will. We absolutely will. But I mean, look, I make beautiful children, and I'm beautiful when I'm making children. So there's no doubt in my mind
Oh.
that I'm the man. You like that one, hot dog? Was that, you
Oh.
like that little bit of sexy talk?
Oh.
B-Herb76. I'm writing my first novel. Do you mind if I name, yeah, name it after me, whatever you want to do. Six Crow, now he's got a comment. I think you better have Troy start searching for the GTA trailer now if you want it ready by Tuesday at 9. Yeah, that's true.
Queued up.
That's true. Also, I'm going to make sure Travis knows we need the trailer for GTA 6 and we need the terms of service for the game. Poodlerific, big fan of all you do, Sam, and love to Hot Dog forever. Thank you so much, Poodle. You are the best. An F, Marry, Kill for Hot Dog. George Santos in drag, or Ghostface.
I'm fucking Ghostface.
Okay,
because-
which Ghostface? I was hoping.
Well, I was gonna go with the hasn't happened yet, Melissa.
No,
Barrera.
because she's out the movie, so that'll never happen.
Okay, so wait, how many go? Wait, which can you give me the list of ghost faces?
Maybe
I can look it up. Hold on.
Sydney's brother Roman, Billy Loomis's mom, Billy Loomis, Stu. Who was it with Billy Loomis's mom? Oh yeah,
Falcon.
yeah. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Emma
there's
Roberts.
3 girls here.
Let's be
I'm
honest.
gonna
You
I'm
gotta
gonna
go.
with the mom.
You gotta go, Billy Loomis.
No, I was gonna,
You're
I'm gonna
fucking
go with-
Skeet Ulrich, bro. Everybody is.
I'm going with the mom.
You are
I'm
not.
going with-
You're going with the mom? Emma Roberts was a Ghostface.
I'm seeing screenshots here, and they look alright. The mom looks better here, to be honest.
You're going with Roseanne's sister from the show Roseanne.
I guess so.
Okay.
It was 1997, though, so like
Okay, now you've got a marry and a kill, George Santos or George Santos in drag. You really, you could have married Ghostface here.
You can't. They're psychopaths.
So it's George Santos and George Santos in
Yeah,
drag.
that's a good point. Okay, actually, you know what? No, I'm
No,
gonna,
you committed. Sorry, bud.
Okay.
So,
So,
unfortunately, Ghostface, you've already had sex with him, so you can't take that back.
with her.
It was Billy Loomis, unfortunately. They were wearing the mask and you had no idea.
All right, so we're gonna marry We're gonna marry Santos in drag, and we're gonna wait, no,
You
we're
made a
gonna
terrible decision.
we're gonna fuck.
No, Ghostface. You
Santos
said
in
Ghost.
drag.
No. You're having sex with Ghostface. Sorry, bro. You're married to George Santos in drag, you idiot.
Right? Yeah.
Um,
So we're killing Santos, and then we're marrying Santos in drag.
That's right. That one threw you for a loop, huh?
Yeah, I really did.
Frank S. writes in, Sam Roberts, the last professional procreator. Here's a little something for diapers. Yeah, send in these super chats so we can feed these children. You know what I mean? This is like a Sally Struthers infomercial, except they're all Robertses. And Eli Silver writes in, thanks to you, I'm going to see Thanksgiving tonight on an edible. I'm not even a horror movie guy. See you on the other side. Seeing the movie Thanksgiving on an edible is going to be a blast. You're going to have the time of your life. It's so great. It's so great. I recommend it to everybody. Thank you guys for hanging. Remember, you got 5 styluses, so you might as well use them. I'm going to cheers with you later.